All right, good stuff. Well, everybody, my name is Shane Hillier, part of the W Income Coaching team, and I'm here today with Cara. And we're doing we got another Thursday call here for our social media marketing for real estate agents. I think now we're on week 11, 12.
Yeah, it's 11 or 12. There's been a couple of open office hours where we haven't really taught. We've more listened and critiqued on help some people out. So
yeah, awesome. So let us know in the chat if you're new to this call, if this is your first time here. Of course, we see a bunch of familiar faces, some people that have come back, which is great. Vicky, it's nice to see you. I know you haven't been here in a little while. And so on these calls, typically we are talking about social media and how to help or how to leverage social media for your real estate business. I've got Cara McMaster here from McMaster Digital. She's the CEO over there. She's probably one of the best, I think, agencies out there. And so she has agreed to partner up with us here at W Income Coaching to help us out with some of this training. In addition to this, if you don't know, we do have a Tuesday call with Brad Van De Walle. He used to run the number one team at the number one RE/MAX office in the world. Last year, he did over 1,200 transactions, or him and his team did over 1,200 transactions. And now he's got a free coaching call that's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We've got coaches like Walter Key, who's here on this call. They come on and they talk about their successes in their business, what they've done, and teach a specific topic on those days. Thursdays, however, is myself, Cara, mostly Cara. She's better at it. But we're here to teach you what we know about leveraging social media to grow your real estate business. So Cara, I'll let you take it away. And let's start off just really quickly. What are we talking about today here?
So we're going to keep it nice and easy on everybody today. The stuff we're going to go over and what you're going to do for homework requires probably the least amount of brain space and creativity required. So give yourself a little bit of a relaxing time. We're going to dig in and just go very mechanical because there are some steps that you need to take off for your profiles. We've done a little bit of our profile optimization, but this is going to be a little bit more tailored towards TikTok. But because it's nice and analytical and it's just do this, I just want you to get some action in it today. So that's what we got. Cool.
Awesome.
All right. Well, let's kick it off. So last week, I had a couple of questions in the chat there. People are asking if there were TikTok replays. Absolutely. If this is your first time coming to me to learn about TikTok, definitely go back and watch the last 2 weeks. Last week we went over trends. What are they? How do we use them? How do you find them? How do you incorporate that for real estate? What do we do when we're scrolling? Why something's trending. Definitely want to go back and watch that, because one of the biggest takeaways that you'll learn is the trends may not bring the leads in, like some of the other kinds of content that I teach you to make, but they certainly grow accounts. So go back and watch that. But if you have yet to watch the one that was 2 weeks before that, that is where I just gave you a really basic understanding of what is TikTok? How does the algorithm work? Why should you take it so seriously? Why is it going to be the number one used social media platform for all generations in the next year? So that you can really get a basic understanding. So that's the last 2 weeks. You're definitely going to want to go back. If you're feeling not so awesome about TikTok, go back and watch them again. I rewatch content over and over again. That's how I got good at what I do, and how I help my realtor clients out. So don't be afraid to watch something twice. All right. So last week, the magic question: who got their TikToks done? Who got their TikToks done? All right, Shane.
I did it while we were on the call. Don't look at it. No, it's pretty bad.
Did you publish it?
Oh yeah, it's been published. Yeah.
Is it under your personal account?
Yeah.
Can we bring it up? Is that allowed?
No.
Not? Come on, Shane. Come on.
It's so bad.
Come on, Shane. Let's see it.
No, it's embarrassing.
We're all okay. Well, everybody can go and look at it.
Yeah, you can all go look at it. We don't have to publish it here, and then it's recorded. And anyways, whatever. It's all good.
Who got their TikTok trends done? Who did the thing? Who took some action from the time that they spent with us here last week? All right. Give me 1 second. I have my dog downstairs and there's nobody else home, and my dog likes to pick fights with a husky around town. So I'm going to make sure that's not happening. Just 1 second, guys.
Hey, Christine, nice to have you here. It's your first time. So nobody did their homework last week. Nobody did one of the trend videos. No. Anybody?
It was too hot.
It was. What do you mean it was too hot?
I do apologize. I did forget to say one thing. So I don't know if for my Canadians, maybe my Americans understand this, but right now in Canada, to get a passport is like, it's like winning the lottery. So my husband is right now, he's downtown. This is the 4th trip that we've done. And I'm waiting for a phone call for the government to say, this is my son. So it's the only time you'll ever see me taking a phone call. And I apologize ahead of time, but if anybody's Canadian, you understand my struggle right now. All right. So TikTok trends, it's okay that nobody got it done. But what I really, really want to impart on you guys is like the life of learning that you have forever and ever and ever. And especially when we are trying to keep up with a platform like TikTok, things are always changing. You're here to learn things. The number one way in which you can make things stick inside your head is to actually go and get a result from it, go and do something with it. And that's the cool thing about TikTok trends is that they really don't require a whole lot of brain creativity or thought in doing the trend. So when you see a trend, you want to jump on it. But this is kind of overlaying of each week when I give you guys just that little bit of homework, you want to try and find time right after the call to get it done. So it sounds like Shane got it done right on the call. Tom says, I did do research on trends. Try to others that did trends. Okay, cool. I'm going to show you how easy a trend can be here. And I might have shown you this one last week, but we'll go here again. I've got my Zoom open. And
Yeah, that one was really easy, right? It was the
with the one with the monster.
What's that?
The one with the monster drink?
No, it was the one where like what you love now or something.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'll show you.
That one's really easy. Yeah.
So yeah, this one here.
Hi.
See how easy,
Hi.
and for my ladies, like my hair's not done. I have no makeup on, and I just threw a filter on, so I can do that. This is the greatest thing about TikTok ever is that like you literally don't have to do any of that stuff, and you can just put a filter on for that one video. And then like I was like, oh, I haven't posted a TikTok today. I need to do it. And then
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright. Baby, I'ma have the best fucking night of my life. I'm good.
so I should preface that not everything for TikTok is safe for work. So I apologize for the swear words that are coming in there. But you can get the point here that like trends are really, really easy to do. Like they literally should take you no more than a few minutes. So I want you guys jumping on that bandwagon. So I'm hoping you can, even if you don't have any videos, you haven't done anything, you haven't optimized your profile, any of that stuff, just get used to committing to the trends. So let me start sharing.
Question, Cara. How many, like what's the ratio of trends to like actual educational videos?
Yeah,
like,
good question.
Real content.
So the content that I teach you guys to make that is about like the objections, deepest, darkest desires, all of those things. That's the majority of what your content should be. Like a good 60 to 75% of your content should all be about what your avatars need to see from you to position you as the go-to guy, right? I'm going to go and see Cara the realtor because I know that she helps millennials sell their home for the first time. And that's who's hanging out on TikTok, or maybe you work with retirees or whatever it is. We want to figure out what's the questions. What are the biggest objections that you're getting in those listing appointments? That's where that majority of content comes in. The trends really have their place maybe one every 4 videos because they, like I said, they will grow accounts, they'll grow audiences, but they don't bring in leads. So it's a little bit more to help you find your people and to make sure that you can stay consistent with posting and is an easy way to promote content.
And so like throughout a week, if you were pretty consistent on posting one video a day, like should you're
hitting
one
like
trend video a day?
Like one, no, like if you're posting one video a day, then you'd be posting like 1 to 2 trends a week. Because the other posts that you should be posting are your biggest, deepest, darkest desires. And then every 1 in 4, 1 in 5 is your chance to come in and be like, I'm an amazing realtor. And here's who I help. And here's how you can get in touch with me. And here's what you'll find on my website and all of those things. That's the time when you want to sell yourself. Notice I said it's like 1 in 5. Where when you look at a lot of real estate content right now, of course, none of my calls, no one does this on my calls anymore. But when you look a lot of it, it's a lot of like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, when those are conversations that we need to hold back because they don't carry it. So that's why it's always positioned to who that ideal person is. All right.
Sorry, I have another question.
Yeah, no, I love the questions.
I have questions because, well, nobody else is asking questions, but except Vicky had a question about can you explain trends, and I think we covered that last week in great detail. So Vicky, if you get a chance, go watch the replay from last week. It just got posted in both groups. And you can kind of fast forward and rewind and stuff like that, because the trends were a little confusing for me too, like in terms of like how to look for them and how to find them. It took me a little while to figure that one out, not like 10 minutes. But I guess, so are you batching your TikToks as well? Because here's my question, like when you're doing, if you are batching your TikToks, like, are you recording your TikToks, changing your clothes, and you because you have the recorder right in your phone, right? Or are you doing a bunch of pre-recorded content and then just cutting all that up and uploading those videos to TikTok? Is that what you're doing? Or
Yeah, so the absolute best and easiest way is you pick one day a month where you're going to get all of your TikToks done, where you're wearing like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 different outfits. And then you want to have a few different locations, but you want to know exactly what it is you're shooting. And that day of shooting, that's all the content that you want to capture. That's the content that positions you as the authority. That's the talking head stuff. That's the stuff that we see on Christian Moore 2 Zone, why he's telling you about, maybe real estate isn't always the best investment, that it's yourself, that kind of stuff there. That's the meat and potatoes that we want to make sure that we grab. And then my recommendation to you is once a week, you try to get a couple of trends done. And then that way,
sorry, that was my was my, sorry. Do you batch the trends? I get, that's what I was trying to get.
Don't batch the trends. Don't batch a trend, because if you batch a trend and then you're planning it for the end of the month, it's probably not even trending anymore.
Okay.
And now you just
basically you need to check like once a week. Okay. I'm going to schedule my time to check what the trends are. Let's say on a Monday at 9:00 in the morning, every Monday. Okay. Here's a new one. I'm going to go ahead and record that this afternoon and then post it, something like that.
Correct. So our clients receive a personalized report every Tuesday to show them exactly what is trending. And we just tell you, like, here's how to do the trend for real estate, because I don't want them to have to think about it. Or you can go back and watch last week's class, and I gave you a few different options on how you can search for trends. But when you see a trend, you need to jump on it, because if you get it on its way down, it just doesn't have the same effect. The whole point of it is that this thing is doing really well within the algorithm. And because you've made a piece of content that is to do with that trend. So that sound, that song, that thing that's happening, it's going to be now up in the algorithm. The algorithm is going to give it a little like whoop up, just because you decided to use that trend. Looks like Janita's got a question here. Janita, did you have a question?
Thank you. I do. And I'm sorry I'm in the car, so there's going to be a lot of background noise here.
That's okay.
I'm just wondering with regards to the trend. So it's just the sound that ends up being the trend. It's not
necessarily
like the video that you see.
It could be a trend, could be a song, it could be a sound, it could be a certain filter. So I don't know if you guys ever remember that silly one that I had of my own one that went viral, and it had like the flashing lights and it had that sound. That was a very specific filter with a very specific sound, and that whole piece became the trend. So if you go back last week and you watch the trends class, you'll see that when you clicked on that sound, that the filter that trend was using is already applied to my video. So I don't even have to think about it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So then when you use that particular trend, it just automatically puts all of that in, and then you're just doing your own video in that and with your own wording. Sorry.
Correct. You apply like your own take on it, your own spin, right? So like, you saw here on the one that I was like, I do, like any realtor could have been that. It's like, who's the best realtor in this farming market, right? That could have been your copy. Like, who's the best in Collingwood? You'd be like, I am, like something like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we're trying to apply, is like, what's our own little personal take on it.
Okay. Thanks. So, and then we put in our own scripting or whatever we're saying in there. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Gina. Good questions. Cool. It seems like we've got some good questions around the trends. I think if you guys go back and watch last week's class, watch it again. It might help. Just playing around too, I find too, with the platform will help too. All right, let's talk about our profile. Time check. We're 1:30. All right. Your profile is pretty important. You will have to have, if you've been to my earlier classes, you've learned that, a lot of the majority of the people who see the videos come from the For You page. And the journey of what we really want happening at the end of the day is the video gets out in front of somebody new who's never heard of us before. They like what they see. And now they click on your profile, and now we want to give them a snapshot. Okay. And if you can kind of think of like, I'm going to give you kind of like an insight into my brain and how I view the world and how I view other businesses when I'm looking online. And you really want to treat your TikTok profile the same way that we would treat the front of our office, the same way that we would treat our website, the same way that we would treat when somebody receives a business card from us. It's all kind of this like 5-second rule in my head that I've always come to, is that within 5 feet or 5 seconds, I have to know exactly what you're all about. And in the TikTok day and age, it's probably less. It's probably more like close to like a couple of seconds that you have to give to show somebody that they're in the right place. So what do you stand for? Who do you serve? What are you all about? And you have to make it really, really digestible and really, really easy to understand that. Okay. So a couple of little hacks here that you can have done for yourself for the weekend. So number one is your profile pic will make one of the biggest changes yet. This is so misunderstood, and I don't know why, but let's talk about it. We all know Mr. Ryan Serhant. He's our favorite like realtor who seems to love himself. Look, the bio he's given himself here. Greatest real estate broker on earth. Good job, Ryan Serhant. Good job. But what he's got here is he's got these orange backgrounds, and it is just his head. He's got an open mouth for his profile picture. These are all small, tiny little nuances that add up to big, big things. Okay. So something that you definitely want to pay attention to. I'll give you a second version here. This is JT Barnett, one of my favorite people to follow on TikTok. He works with a ton of TikTok brands, really keeps his finger on the pulse on stuff. But you can see here, he's used a dynamic blue in the background. He's got, again, his mouth open. I've seen other creators where they'll be looking at their profile. So it like gives like an indicator that you should go and like follow them there. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your profile photo is not a logo. It's not your brokerage's colors. It's you. It has to be you. You can take things a few more steps. Like if you have a great brand color that can go behind here, like that's what we did with ours. Let me open it up here. And I've put one of our green colors that comes in from the Nimble Agent as part of my background. So what you want to do is you want to take a great photo of yourself that's either like nice and close on your face. It's like up from like kind of like the neck here, or the next best is kind of from like the chest up. But you want it as close as possible for your photo. Okay. And if you can have your mouth open and try not to use colors that scare people, like things like red. I definitely wouldn't use black. Stick to what people are doing, which tends to be like the greens and the oranges and the blues. This orange is quite bright and it actually sticks out, because what happens is when you leave comments on other people's videos and you're hanging around, it's really easy to see. And then I would recommend that you take that across all of your profiles. Okay. People don't want to do business with a logo, with a brand. Like they don't care. Like you guys are real estate agents. They want to see your face. They want to see your beautiful face. So take a past image that you have of yourself that has you smiling, and you're going to insert it onto a background. The easiest way to do this is through Canva. Okay, if you just Google background, delete background, there are lots of free tools where you can literally just upload your photo and the AI tool is going to delete the background and then bring it into Canva for just a circle image, and then boom, it's done. If you're really, really getting caught up, I have a team. We can help you. If you don't want to do this yourself, reach out. Tom says, what are the rules about taking music and using it for background copyright if you take a 15-second cut of a song and then you take it from another platform? So great question, Tom. You will, if anybody's in, I have a videos to closings Facebook group, and I went live on Friday. and I was showing off some of the trends that were on TikTok, and then Facebook flagged me for music rights. And this is one of the really big problems that the industry seems to be solving right now, is this like taking content from one platform and posting it to others, because TikTok makes it very easy. And this is why I tell you guys to keep it in a personal setting, not a business setting, because then you have access to all of the songs. You can use it as you like. The minute you go business, you don't have a lot of those options. But with the way their copyright goes is let's say you use something like Snaptic or Repurpose, and you take that video and then you upload it into Instagram. Instagram is going to automatically mark it as an original piece of audio, not yours. And this is a big problem that they're experiencing right now, because obviously it messes with their algorithm and how they do their trends and all that stuff. So what I will say is, like, copyrighted, like if you use somebody's commercial stuff on TikTok, you can't then go and just easily use it as an ad or put money behind it. Some of the platforms, they may or may not flag you. YouTube definitely will. YouTube's pretty strict on that. So if you're using music, you got to keep it on TikTok. Otherwise, like they'll flag you for it. And if you do it too many times on some platforms, they'll just shut you down. It's not cool. Not cool. All right. So step number 1, we're going to change our profile photos so that it's us. People are interacting with us. If you have any questions, come see me. The next thing here is your name versus your username. This is an opportunity for us to change it. This is an opportunity for us to decide if that's what we're using is the right one. And in fact, we can even look at yours today, and I'll give you some feedback. Tom says tie or no tie for photo. Great question, Tom. If your clients are used to seeing you in a tie, and you do business in a tie, and you go to your listing appointments in a tie, and that's how you get business done, wear the tie. If that's not you, don't wear the tie. You could be like our man Walt over here, who is the Hawaiian aficionado. That's part of his deal too. So figure out, like, how do you show up? How your client's gonna recognize you. All right, username versus no username. So this here is the regular, the username. Okay, when people search, this is like the @ symbol, it'll be Ryan Serhant. But this here is your name. So you can actually change both of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing here, and I'm going to open up my TikTok profile, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is I'm talking about. Oh, and for anybody who cares, I just got the text. We got the passport. So my Colombia trip is back on. All right. Okay, so here we are on our profile, and right in the middle, and make it pretty easy, is edit profile. All right, right at the top, we see name and we see username. So you can change these. Just keep in mind that when you change them, you're going to have to search to make sure that nobody else has that username. But you have an opportunity here. If your username that you say and have gone, thank you, Brenda. If your username is, let's say, like Bob the Realtor, right? Your name here, or let's say like Bob Smith, right? That's what you've chosen as your username. Then your name, you might want to do something like Realtor for the Michigan, Realtor for the millennial in Michigan, or Realtor for the retiree moving to LA. I'm just giving you guys some ideas here. What you want to do is you want to incorporate a little bit more about what it is and who you serve, because as you comment on things, the name is going to pop up next to it. So if I'm leaving a comment on the plumber in town who's putting out crazy good TikToks and everybody's watching it, and every time I drop a comment on his video, it's going to leave that I'm a realtor on that, and it starts putting 2 and 2 together for your audience. So it's a little hack that I want you to consider. So your name, I am new here. Okay, 1 second. So your name, I want you to incorporate something to do with either real estate. I know there's lots of laws and rules around when you cannot say realtor. Obviously, check with your provincial and state laws, what you're allowed and not allowed to do. I am not certified in any of this. I'm going to protect myself and just tell you, check it out. But I want you to think of ways that you can incorporate who you serve and where you serve into that name, and just be mindful as to not make it too long. And if you have ideas, just pop them in the chat, and I'll let you know. Okay. Tony and Cindy. Okay. I'm new here. When you were talking about changing a picture and changing the background for TikTok, is that still just a shot with words for a post? Okay. So we were just talking about just changing the profile photo there, Tony and Cindy. Do you do thumbnails for TikTok just like YouTube? You do thumbnails, but TikTok, you just do it right in the you just do it right in the edit of when you edit the app. We covered that in, if you go back to, I think, believe in week 1, you can have a look there of not week 1, sorry, 2 weeks ago. Vicky says in Ontario, you can now use Realtor. Cool. Way to get with the times, Ontario. That's great. All this money that all these realtors put into the NAR, and yet they put all these rules on everything. Walter says, my new TikTok name, Mr. Hawaiian Vibin. Honestly, Walter, I love it. I love it. It's like such a cool part to be part of your brand, and is what something we'll really remember you for. And I can just see your TikTok account is blowing up with all your Hawaiian shirts. That's very cool. Cool. So that's all we have to do there is edit the profile. We just click on edit. You come in here, click on the top there, and you can see that you have a total of 30 characters, right? So you could say, again, could be, realtor in Collingwood, or it could be, I help first-time home buyers in search a certain farm market. Throw that in there. Think of what you wanted. The next thing here that you have available to you is your bio. So your bio it really follows kind of like a very simple 3-step process. And you don't have to overthink this, but I'm going to show you some examples of some big companies that have not thought about this, and they really need to fix it up. And some of them are real estate. It's kind of funny. But basically what you want to figure out is, who do you help and why? You want to tell the viewer kind of what they're going to come to see when they view our content. And in order to do that and just make it really simple and easy, we want to go through 3 steps. So number 1, who are you? Number 2, how do you help? And number 3, the character, the call to action. Okay, so it's an 80 character limit, but the call to action here is pretty important. So just like if you guys go back to weeks kind of 1 and 2, when I showed you guys how to optimize everything and utilize your profile so that because all of these, Instagram is the same way. In your profile, you have one clickable link. So what you do with that link is very, very important. Now, some of you might be in your profile and saying, Kara, I don't have a link. That's okay. If you do not have 1,000 followers, TikTok has not yet given you the right to have a link. So you will need to get up to 1,000 followers before you can go through the linked process. But either way, the first thing here that we're going to do is we're going to come up with a bio again. So I'll just remind you here is, so who are you, right? Most of us here are realtors, we have the odd mortgage brokers. Maybe we own the brokerage, maybe we're a team lead. How do you help people? So if you can include something there, a little bit more about like the niches and whom you serve, and then the calls to action. So in previous classes, I've taught you guys to create a landing page that has a downloadable guide, and the downloadable guide has to do with something of whom you serve. So again, for example, say we really like working with investors who buy Airbnb properties in Toronto. So we've created a list of Airbnb properties that they can download. So that would be a great call to action here to have. So for your bio, 80 characters, who do you serve? How do you help? And a call to action to get them over there. If you do not have a landing page built, let's say you have over 1,000 followers, you don't have a landing page built and you didn't go through that exercise, that's okay. I want you to drive them to something that's really, really easy to capture their information. Some of us might want to use home evaluations. You could, it's just too strong. It's too much. It's too big of an ask. We want these really, really easy asks from people in the very beginning when they first start interacting with us so that we can get in their inbox and get them liking us. All right, Tony and Cindy got some more questions. Let's hear. This is Cindy. We need a great name for my husband. Tony is a musician. He likes to incorporate his own music into his real estate videos. Any example of someone else, doing this? How do we do a CTA when we don't have 1,000 followers yet? Just have them comment or text us. Okay, so a couple things going on here, Tony and Cindy. I think it's important for you to showcase a little bit of your personality because that's why people do business with us. So yes, Tony's music is a character that you should be playing within your videos, but he is not a leading character. The musician is not a leading character. It is just a guy that kind of comes on the scene every once in a while so people can understand what you're about. But unless like the majority of your clients are musicians themselves, I would say that it shouldn't be a leading character in your stuff. So incorporate a little bit of your own music into the videos of him like playing the guitar, kind of maybe what his day is. Maybe it'd be cool, like, if he likes to really vibe out in between like listing appointments, that'd be some cool behind the scenes stuff. But you have to find a way, how does this matter for music? Yeah, Walter, that is a better shirt. For calls to action, when you don't have 1,000 followers yet, my favorites are DM me or leave me a comment, right? So if I'm talking about that list of properties, I can say, drop me a comment, drop the comment investor in the comment section, and I'll know to send you the list of properties, little things like that. So again, if you go back, Tony and Cindy, 2 weeks ago, when I did a masterclass, I actually have an entire slide of various calls to actions that you can use if you don't have 1,000 followers. So I go back and watch that. I don't know if anybody else is watching what's going on right now, but Walter is giving us a show. He is just showing off all of his different Hawaiian shirts. So I'm just taking it all in here, multitasking, laughing, and teaching. All right. So your bio should have an idea of what you want on your bio. So I would love it if you guys have an idea, type it in the comments. Let me give you a little bit of feedback. Now is the time, because you could have this all done by the time this class is over, and then you don't even have homework afterwards. So throw your bio in the Shane, what's your bio?
No.
Shane.
Like on TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's make one for Shane. Let's make one.
No,
for
let's
Shane.
pick somebody else. Let's pick a real estate agent.
Okay.
Let's not
Who needs some help with their bio? Raise your hand. Let's get vulnerable. Who would like me to help you with your bio? All right, Walter.
There we go.
Walter, bio is realtor, real estate coach, lover of people, Navy veteran, team DYIC. Love it. Walter, do you have, I know you've got courses, you've got downloadable guides. Do you have a place that somebody could easily enter into your funnel? I do not have. Okay.
Well,
Okay. That's
Walter, you could send. One of the call to actions is sending them to the coaching.
Yeah. So he's saying he doesn't quite have 1,000. So we have to get you to 1,000.
Oh, right.
So that's okay. So I'm going to show you guys something funny. So this is the sneaky TikTok people. They don't tell you when you hit 1,000. I had to hit up our own social media manager and being like, "Oi, where's my link?" when we first hit 1,000. So they don't tell you. So you have to keep an eye on this. But here's a perfect example. You'll probably know this company. This is the agency. All of their realtor, their top two guys that own the brokerage, they star in the $1 million LA listing show. I was watching on the airplane back from Colombia last week. Here's their TikTok. Okay. Hello. What is going on here? First of all, I would change this here and I would feature one of the guys who are actually in the show on here. They've done a terrible job of their bio. They have included a hashtag of themselves in their bio. Don't do that. That stuff doesn't work, you guys. And they've got no clickable link. So they're getting all these views and over here to people. It's all also nothing but listings. So this is a prime example of why you just because you see somebody doing something with their TikTok doesn't mean that you should necessarily do it. And big companies who could just be doing, I just need to reach out. Shane, I think I just found my next person that I need to bring on as a client and help them, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. All right. So now that we've got through that, let's see. Somebody did come through. Tony and Cindy said, you can look at mine. I don't have much in there. Tony and Cindy, do you want to drop your link? Drop your link to your TikTok or give me your handle and we'll take a look. I did just come up here with just a quick one on the fly. It's, nothing special. Realtor in sunny Orlando. I help first-time home buyers find their dream home. Download a list of homes under 500K with a pool. Now, obviously, this is over the 80 character limit. So when you're writing this process, the first thing is just write out what you want it to say, and then you just keep going back and whittling it down until you have met that 80 character limit. All right. So Tony and Cindy.
Sorry, let me just remind people there's plenty of free online tools to allow you to do that. Don't spend a half a day counting your characters. And I think actually in Google Docs they have a character counter.
They'll show you in the
they'll
bio.
Show you in the bio. All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we definitely have some opportunity here. So number one, Cindy and Tony here, I would make a decision. If you are a team, then it should be your team name. What is do you have a team name, Tony and Cindy? You throw it in there for me. So I would, you're obviously, now you understand what I have to say about your profile photo. And then down here, I would even include your name to be, Denver Realtors or Denver Realtor Team. I would include it up there. And then up here is, that's fine. Denver Metro Realtor, like who do you serve, right? So who's a niche in there? Are you working with, millennial, no team name. Okay. So, if you work as a team, Tony and Cindy, this is a whole other thing that we should probably cover on another day, but you have to make a decision. Do you want to advertise as either yourself or we brand the team has a branding to go to, because that's what people are going to connect to. But either way, Denver Metro Realtor is fine for a start. And then who do you like? What is somebody going to get by following you up from here? Like kind of who do you serve? And then once you have the ability to have a link, that's when you want to have some sort of a downloadable guide that serves that realtor. I wouldn't really recommend Tony and Cindy going separately. If you operate as a team, keep it as a team, just brand the team, your own team name together, and then have one TikTok account, because it's hard enough. It's hard enough having one. I don't know. Now we're going to try and figure out how we're going to manage 2 TikTok accounts. So keep all the attention on one, since you're going to be doing business together. All right, let's take another one. Vicky. Oh, with Tom here. Let's go Tom first here, because he popped in here. So Tom, I can already see here that we need to work on your name, because it's got like user 603. We want to have that nice and clean so that it's really, really easy to find you on TikTok. That's the same coming in here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so no bio yet. Okay, so Tom. Who are you? Who do you serve? Where are you? Maybe throw that in the chat there for me. Okay, we'll keep pulling up some people in here time. Okay, so we got Maria up here. We got 2 followers. So same thing. So Maria, this photo's not bad. I would say that if you have another version of it that it's a little bit crisper, like we have a higher resolution of it, and then I would just take that background and I would make it like that orangey color or something really, really bright so it highlights you. But I think it's a great photo. You look really happy. You got that mouth open. It's nice and inviting, and you're actually even looking at your own follow button. I would say that's a pretty spot on photo to you. So I love that. And then in here, again, with your bio, just keep it super, super simple. Which area you're in, who do you serve, and like, what do you specialize in? And then when you get that 1,000 followers, you can include that link. So just keep an eye on that when that happens. So Tom likes to work with downsizing and new buyers. So I would go, if you like working with new buyers, like new first time home buyers, like that's a fire avatar to go after on TikTok. They're all over here. I would make the majority of my content, if that's who you want to work with, for the first time home buyer. So, you could say like, I'm a realtor. I work with I'm helping first time home buyers buy their dream home. That's a really nice, great way. Like, follow me for tips. Follow me to get the best deal in X town. Little thing, little different calls to actions that you can have there that they can come to expect if they come across your content. All right, Vicky, let's take a look. Okay, so that name is definitely too long. Vicky, we definitely got to change that. Roommates needed, Queens, New York. Okay. Why? Oh, okay. So are you making a page specifically to match up roommates? Vicky, tell me, why did you go with that name? Please give me an idea here in the comments. Okay, so we're doing a lot of stitches here. Okay. Let's just see. Didn't know any better. Okay. All right. So Vicky, I'm going to assume that we want to use this TikTok account to grow our real estate business, to get buyer and seller leads in the door. Can I make that assumption? I'm going to make that yes. Okay, perfect. All right. So I want to start off with saying like kudos to you, girl. Like you've got some content coming out on here. You're trying out different things. I see you doing a lot of stitches, which is very cool. It looks like we're doing a little bit of, repurposing of content. I mean, that stuff's cool. That stuff's okay. It's good. It's more of a fill in type of content, but it's not the content that's really going to grow your account. I want you to kind of start off with a little bit of the basic of day one of here's the type of content that we want to make. So I would go back and I would watch some of the foundational stuff of what you should be talking about. Because see how we have your beautiful face up here? I don't see it anywhere happening here. And when I come over to your profile, I want to get a sense of that right away so that I feel impelled to be reaching out to you. Vicky, a stitch is like when you have like the sidebar, like you can see somebody's video and you can do like a reaction video next to it. You can be above it. You can be beside it. You can be below it. And it's somebody else's video that you're, sometimes it's like a duet. Like somebody will be like mouthing the words to a clip in a scene and they play one character and they'll publish that video. And then you could make a stitch and then you could be the other character on that video. So that's what a stitch is. A stitch is, another way to really get some content out. I just haven't taught you guys that method because it's a little bit more advanced. But Vicky, that's some of my feedback there. So I would just really want to see those core videos that feature you. Why are you the authority? Making sure that they understand that you're there to fix all of their problems. All right, that's your bio. So New York realtor life, sales, rentals, training, along with funny and cute and inspirational. So I love that you've got New York included here, that you are a realtor. So good job. I would just tighten that up with like, New York, that, is there a suburb within New York that you really like to farm? I would include that there. And then as far as your bio here, I would get rid of like sales, rentals, trainings, along with funny and cute, inspirational, because like that isn't going to help bring in leads. And if you want to have inspirational and you want to have funny and cute content, and that really brings you a lot of joy, I would build a whole other account, because your audience is going to be really confused as to what they can come to expect from you. So I hope that helps. That little bit of feedback helps. So what I recommend here, Vicky, is take the feedback that I've given you, come back, and this is for anybody on the call. Come back next week and I'll take a look at your bios, and I can help fix up anything there that we think needs helping. All right, I think that's everything that I had for you guys today. We went over the link in bio. Again, just when you have the ability, it should be something that is a downloadable guide. One thing here that I really don't want to see anybody doing is using the services that are called Linktree. Let's see if any of these guys use it. So Linktree became pretty famous when Instagram did this. So when Instagram came out, they were like, oh, you can only have one link. So all these companies were like, we'll buy our software, pay us $10 a month, and we'll build you a mobilely optimized page. And then you can have all of the links in the world. And everyone was like, oh, cheat code, this is amazing. The problem with this is that these companies that give you these beautiful pages that look like this is a great job that Ryan Serhan's team has done. However, this is not his website. So now somebody has clicked over on something that's not yours. And why that should start to raise alarm flags is I've taught y'all from the beginning that your websites, your landing pages, everything should have pixels installed. So it should have your Google pixel, your Facebook retargeting pixel, any pixels that we can install back in there, so that if we ever want to do retargeting campaigns, which is like the best paid ads that you could ever do, where we spend like $5 a day and we call back all the people that visited our stuff, you want to own the page. So most website companies, we do this for our clients. Most people can help you with this, but it should just be a mobilely optimized page that's yours. That way you can just attach all the things on there and you own it, and you're not paying some company $10 a month to receive the traffic that you generated to their website. Okay, so make sure that clickable link is an entity that you own that goes back to your website, but it has to be mobilely optimized, because like it's a very, very small percentage of people who interact with TikTok from a desktop. It's just not very, you can see it's a totally different experience. It's not a very good experience. So you have to make sure that it's mobilely optimized. So your homework is create a new profile image, get that color background, update your name, update your bio. And if you have the ability to create a link, do so. 1:56 p.m. in the afternoon. Let's go with some questions here. Question: do I delete the non-real estate videos? Can I shortened my long name. Yes and yes, Vicky. Yes and yes. So you typically don't want to be deleting and archiving and getting rid of videos because sometimes they'll just pick up and you won't even realize it. So like Instagram does this all the time. I will post something on TikTok and then I'll post it over on Instagram. And then it like Instagram's like, oh, I don't know about this. And then all of a sudden 2 weeks later, it just like pops off and it got thousands of likes and all these crazy amounts of views. So with TikTok, though, we typically don't see that, is that after it's been up for like, it makes a decision pretty quickly. So if something hasn't done something after about a week, you're safe to say that it's probably not likely to do anything. But in the regards to what belongs on your account, do keep it. You have to look at it from the point of your client or your potential clients. Is this going to bring me business? And if it's a gray, don't put it. First of all. Shane.
Yes.
I'm excited to see your new profile next week and show the class.
Yes. I'll adjust my profile.
Well,
I was just sorry. I'm thinking about some of the video because I kind of slacked off a little bit last week and this week. I've just been really busy, like everybody, right?
like everybody, we get
That's
busy.
always the excuse. You just get busy.
It's always the excuse.
Yeah.
But if you guys haven't yet filled out that form, please do, because I want to know what you want to learn. I want to know what you need me to teach you. How do I help you? Help me help you. So if you haven't done that yet, please do so.
Let me grab that link again here. Throw that up in the chat.
Vicky, that was that was on Tuesday that I did that class. But if you go back, it's the exact same material that I teach, that I taught 2 weeks ago in DYIC, Vicky. So if you go back to DYIC Thursdays in the Facebook group, you throw in that, it was a TikTok masterclass. So if you go 2 weeks back, you'll get that exact class that I taught at 2:00 on the other day. So you're all set. All right. That's
Cool.
it. That's all I got for you guys
Did you
today.
wrap up,
Unless
right?
anybody else have any more questions.
Awesome. Guys, please fill out that survey. That's what's going to help us over the next couple of weeks here determine what we're going to be teaching about, what we're going to be covering. Otherwise, we're just going to pick our favorite topics. That's it. We're just going to move with those, whether they help you or not, and might help us. But yeah, Cara, thank you so much again.
You're welcome. You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Yeah, awesome.
Vicky's looking for the link for the past watch sessions. Do we have the Facebook group there for her?
Vicky, you're in both our Facebook groups. Go to the Double Your Income Coaching group. You'll see it in there.
Just got to use the hashtag DYIC. And if you're having problems, Vicky, just hit me up. All right, everybody, let's go make some money. Let's go close some deals. Let's go steal some market share from the realtors who don't want to put in the work. Now's the time.
Sure is. All right, everybody, thank you so much for
thanks, Vicky. All right, guys.
joining us here. Thanks, Cara. We'll catch up with you next week. Hope you feel better.
Thank
Hope,
you.
this passes. Yeah.
Thanks.
And everybody, we'll see you all next Thursday with, I think we're going to cover a whole new topic, right? We're going to switch gears here. So
we'll see what they say. What do the people want?
Awesome.
All
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have an amazing week and enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.